Good morning. You guys ready for something different today? We're gonna get this tractor out of here. Dad took the backhoe out that was sitting right here. He's actually out scraping driveways. We didn't get much snow, but it's pretty slushy, heavy stuff, so he's pushing some slush around, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna get this tractor out of here. We're gonna get this pile of weights out of here, and we're gonna hook up the planter to the 8R and bring that in here. We're gonna have to move some stuff around over here because, well, the planter is 40 feet wide. Between that post and that white one over there, we've got 30 feet, which means our planter is gonna stick 5 feet past on each side from those posts. It's a little tight getting it in and out of here, but we gotta have the sides of the shop open to do that. So we're gonna clean some stuff up here first thing this morning, a little bit in the shop, and then I'll start moving stuff around here in a little bit. All right, I've got stuff cleaned up a little bit around here. Next thing, I'm gonna take this tractor outside. We're gonna just leave it outside for a few minutes while I sweep the floor in here, and then we gotta get other tractors hooked up and the planter pulled out of the barn in the back before we can put this tractor in, because there's not enough room for this to go in first. So yeah, let's take it out. At least I don't need batteries in this tractor. Dad's doing a good job making the driveways nice and muddy for us. Who wants to take bets on whether or not that tractor starts? We'll try it while we're here, but I have little confidence. I have a feeling we're going to be changing batteries before we get this tractor out. Oh! Well, that was closer than I thought it was going to be. It's not that cold today either. It's in the mid-30s, so it's not like it needs to be plugged in really. Yeah. All right. We'll worry about that in a minute. Right now I'm going to sweep the floor up. I do have 2 new batteries. They're sitting over here on the bench because I knew I was going to need them in one of those 2 tractors back there. I'm probably going to just take the charger back there and jump it to get it started since it was that close anyway. And we'll put the new batteries in while we got it in the shop up here. Apparently our backhoe's got a leaking cylinder because it sat here for, I don't know, a week or so. And there was a big puddle of oil on the floor when Dad pulled it out this morning. So I'm gonna go around that and leave it for now because I threw some oil dry on it, but it needs a little time to soak up the oil. Let's try again. I bet it'll go this time. Ooh, I was wrong. I have to give it a minute, I guess. While I'm waiting for that to charge, I'm going to move these weights out of the way. Think I can grab both of them at the same time? Alright, we're going to try our tractor again. Come on. There we go. All right, let's hook onto a planter. Did I get it? Maybe. Not quite. Got it. All right. Pull ahead just a little bit. We got to get all our hydraulic hoses and stuff hooked up, or at least enough for us to be able to unfold it, which I need my fold box that goes right here, and I don't have. All right, I got the case drain and these 2 hydraulic hoses and the wire harnesses that we need for folding hooked up. We'll get the rest of it in the shop later. It's been a long time since I pulled the planter out of the barn in February. Usually it's the middle of March before I get to this. Alright, I am just going to park this right in front of the shop for right now. We've got to get our fold box mounted and a couple other things before I pull it in the shop. So right now I want to go and get that other big tractor put back in the back there, get the doors closed up, because right now I'm heating the entire neighborhood. And well, I'm a dad now, so I get to say we don't heat the entire neighborhood. Shut the door, right? Quit heating the whole town. I'm sure you guys have heard all those things too. See what I mean, though? That's a problem. So, we're going to get this tractor out of the way with the weights on it, stick them off to the side. Tractor, forklift, I mean. And then bring that tractor in here. Alright, we're going to leave this right here. Okay, this box here's got to be in our tractor for us to get the planter unfolded. I'm just going to plug it in and leave it hanging right now. We'll get it plugged in the shop later, or mounted up, I mean. Alright, I got this box plugged in, lights on, which means it's working. So, I want to unfold the planter outside in the driveway here before I do it in the shop, because sometimes the cylinders on the wings and stuff get out of phase after it sits for a long time over winter, or well, mostly fall. And setting it down and getting it to level on concrete is really hard on stuff. It's a lot better in the driveway. It would be better in the field, but we're not going in the field today, so we're just gonna do it back here in the driveway. This is kind of a two-hand job, which makes it hard for me to film it. But I'll do my best for you. Okay. Okay. So the planter's unfolded. Now on our little fold box over here, we click it over to plant. And I'm gonna slowly drive forward. And we're gonna hit this button here to let it down. Looks good. Okay, so everything's level now all the way across the bar. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It was pretty close, better than it usually is. So that's good. We're gonna fold it back up, put it in the barn, and unfold it in there. So we got to hit this back over to transport, and then I got to hold this fold button down while we click our hydraulic lever. Okay, then we lift up on our 3-point and it lifts them off the ground. Then we hit our wing wheels button and it picks those wheels up. And now we're in transport mode, ready to put it in the barn. This planter is a little bit tricky to get in the shop and get it unfolded. As you can see, we're a little short on room in front of the shop here. And this planter is sort of long, especially folded up like this. So we got to go in from an angle. And then we actually have to back it between or through the middle doors in there to get it in the right spot. But I think we can get it. We've pretty well got to be dead center in the shop, otherwise we'll hit one side or the other. But there's some lines in the concrete that pretty much if you're on top of them, you're in the center of the shop. Oh, we got to move that gator out of the way. Hold on. Windows on the gator are dirty. This is on the list. We'll get this out and go through it, clean it, change oil and stuff sometime in March. First thing we'll do with that is actually our first field work. Oh man, look at what it did to my floor. Dang. Anyway, the first field work we do of the year is actually with the gator spreading clover seed in our wheat. Okay, let's finish getting this thing in place. So we got to bag up until we're through the doors just enough. Basically, you see that 3-point line on my basketball court I got painted there? we want the wheels to follow that arc, at least pretty close to it. So right about there we're gonna try. Let's set our wing wheels down. Okay, and we'll lower to the 3-point. Right there, now hit the fold button. Make sure our marker arms don't hit our posts. Close. Made it. Made it over there. And now we're good. Okay. I'll back up a little bit. Give us just a little more room. And now we're good. I'm going to lift the tongue up just so I can walk under it easier because it's a pain in the butt. All right, planner's in the shop. Let's get this door closed. Where'd my remote go? Right here. All right. Well, here it is, guys. Our next project. Doesn't look too bad. I'll kind of go through it here this afternoon with you a little bit and just show you what all we need to do, and we'll get started on some stuff. But this is going to be in here for a while. I don't think I have a ton to do to it, but I'm not a very fast worker when it comes to planners. It's tedious. It's going to take a while to get through everything. But that's okay. So we got plenty of time. Like I said, it's still middle or even the beginning of February. We got lots of time to work on this and make sure it's all ready to go so that we don't have any downtime when we're planting this year, because can't afford downtime in the spring. All right, so we're going to get started working on this planter today. I'm not going to do a whole lot of actual stuff to it. Really, I want to clean it a little bit. Now, I power washed this before I put it away, so it's not too bad. It's pretty good shape. But as you can see, the birds got it. Crapped all over this planter while it was sitting in the barn in the back of the shop here. And so I think what I want to do is go through and take off these gauge wheels. These have all got to come off, both sides of every row, and then I'm gonna get the probably the power washer out and just kind of quickly try and blow the bird crap off and clean it up just a little bit so it's a little easier to work on, and then we'll just let it dry out the rest of the day. So I'm gonna come back and do that after lunch. It's just before lunch now. I'm supposed to have 3 or 4 seed trucks coming today. None of them have called me yet, so I don't know when they're gonna show up, but I got to bounce around between that and cleaning this planter up too. So that's the plan for the rest of today, I guess. Well, I was on my way back from lunch and I got a call from a trucker bringing me some beans and said he was almost here. So stopped at my seed warehouse. Truck is pulling in right now. So we're going to go ahead and get him unloaded. I had another one call me shortly thereafter. He'll probably be here in 45 minutes. So we'll see. We'll get this one unloaded and probably go back to the farm, start working on that planter, and then come back when the other guy gets here. So, all right. Well, I got 12 boxes there on that truck. I got 4 boxes back in there, and that one lonely box in there. So 17 on that truck. Oh, look, here comes the UPS man. You guys can't see out there, but he is. And other truck should be here actually really quick. That one took a while to unload. We had to stop and charge a electric pallet jack up. So I'm just going to hang out and wait here until he gets here. All right, I got that next truck empty. The UPS guy brought me a piece of paper saying, I don't have a package for you. I don't know why, but I decided and say, yeah, I didn't get a package. Anyway, yeah, that stuff's all unloaded. Let's go back and work on our planter. All right, time to start working on this planter. First things first, gauge wheel's got to come off. Basically, we take out this bolt right here. The whole arm and wheel assembly comes off. We're gonna make a big long row along the back wall of the shop here. And guess what? My fancy dancy new Golden Harvest creeper gonna come in pretty handy here. So we'll get started, I guess. Yeah, just like that. Once again, 2 hands, people, 2 hands. Gauge wheels are all off. And guess what? You can see some of the remnants of the 2019 planting season and all of the mud that we dealt with. All right, now I'm going to get the power washer out and rather quickly go over this corn planter, try and get all the bird crap and the dust off. Just make it a little bit easier to work on. Well, most of the bird poop is off of it, and I even got a little bit of dirt off of it. So, all right, we're gonna let this dry for a while. I'm gonna go in and work on the computer for a little bit. I do have one more project for today. So the last thing I want to work on today, if you'll remember last week, I told you that February is John Deere's filter sale month, and that I need to put together a filter order. So I'm going to work on that. Basically, I need to figure out what we have on hand and what we don't, and what we need to kind of restock our shelves. And so I'm going to work on that. And of course, I made a spreadsheet. So here is my filter list spreadsheet. Basically, I've got all of our machines, equipment listed across here, and then kind of the part number for all of the different filters that they have and how many it takes on each one. I'm going to print this off. We're going to go upstairs to our filter storage area, count out what we got, and make check marks, and then we'll come back and figure out what the difference between what we need and what we've got is. So this is our filter storage area, and yeah, basically I go vertically here. We've got oil and fuel filters on the top. It kind of varies here a little bit, but hydraulic oil filters are on this row, and then we do more of the air filters, cab and engine air filters on these bottom two tiers here. So I can do, you know, like our 4020, 4440, 8300, 8430, 8335, 9510R, 4930, which is the sprayer, and then combine filters down on the end, or maybe the combines are in the middle here. So obviously the ones in the middle are the ones we're missing the most of, because those are the ones we've already changed oil and stuff in. Sprayer is over here. They're still all there. However, I do know that I'm going to be changing those filters here shortly. And so I'm going to get another set to have on hand just in case we need them throughout the year. Some of these ones over here on these tractors that don't get used as much, we'll just make sure we've got one of everything and can change them as we get them through. And then chances of me getting to them before this point next year to change oil on it are pretty low, so we can order replacements a year from now. All right, I've got my list of inventory and what we've got on hand. As you can see, most of these tractors that we don't use much, we've got plenty of filters on hand for those, so I'm not going to need to get much there, which is good. But some of the stuff, the combine and the tractors that we've already changed oil on, obviously we don't have much there. So those are the ones we got to stock up on. So now I'm going to take that, come back to my spreadsheet here, and on this side I've got a list that I can put on how many of each part number we've got in hand, and it'll spit out a list of what exactly I need to order. So I'll finish filling that out, and then I'll probably just jump onto Greenmark's website and order them myself, since they have that ability now, and then I can just go pick them up later in the week. Or if I'm really lucky, somebody will bring them to me. All right, I submitted that order for filters, almost $3,000 in filters and a case of grease. That's what it takes though. So anyway, tomorrow we'll get back to working on this planter, and we'll get started with some of the maintenance. The biggest thing that I am concerned about, and that we're probably going to spend the most time on, is these fertilizer openers. Basically, there's these gauge wheels on here, and there's a shaft that, well, they're on a bracket that's got this shaft and pin that comes all the way through here. I like to take those apart every year before I put it away to make sure that they aren't frozen. They don't get fertilizer in them and freeze up, rust, and then they're a pain in the butt to get apart later. I didn't do it last summer, and so I'm a little concerned about them, that they may be really difficult to get apart, and so I think we might have to spend a fair amount of time working on those. I am tonight, before I leave here, going to take a can of, somewhere right here, our penetrating oil, and spray down all of those pins. So right here, and also the bolts that are through there. This bolt kind of holds that pin in place. So I'm going to spray all them down, and hopefully that loosens stuff up and we'll be able to get them apart tomorrow. Tomorrow I will kind of go over how this planter works. That's the whole point of this channel, to explain to you guys how things work and what I do every day. So we'll kind of go through the workings of the planter a little bit. I'll show you how the meters work and the seed gets to where it needs to go and everything. We'll go over it again in the spring when I get it actually in the field, but it's a little easier to show some stuff in the shop here. So with that, I guess that's all we've got for today. So have a good night. Hit the like and subscribe buttons for me if you can, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh yeah, check me out on Instagram, Facebook, at Borderview Farms. We'll see you tomorrow.